Have you ever had cats with attitudes like that at the rescue or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we met some. The ones that have been abused the most significantly are always the ones that you have to kind of watch out for the most, because they're just looking for a moment where they will act like they're shy and that they are timid and they're afraid, but they're actually just looking for a moment to just whack you. And they, human nature is like you feel empathy for the animal, and like the people that are doing the rescue, we are so aware that this is a thing and we need to be very cautious and dart them from outside the fence and make sure that you give them the proper amount of the sedative to make them go under. Then you go in there with a group of people, because animals typically don't harm you when you're with a group. They just don't pick one out to attack. And you move them out into the crate, you bolt the crates down, you lock everything up, and then some people will still be at the rescue thinking like, oh, the animal's been through a lot. And I'm like, if you didn't follow those protocols, that animal would have found that,
killed you.
Yeah. So short answer, yes.
Yeah. You ever been sprayed by one? I know they do that.
Yeah, I was doing a tour at Carolina Tiger Rescue, and there was the first tiger that we saw on the tour path. His name was Raja G, and you're always taught that you don't run away whenever a tiger sprays, because it might go for like 15 to 20 feet. So you just step to the side, because it can only go in a straight line. So I made the mistake of turning my back to him. He was asleep on top of like the den box. He wasn't paying any attention to me, but they can move so fast and you don't hear them coming. And there's obviously a fence between him and I. And I'm giving the tour, and I just see them look up and be like, no, and I turn around and it's just like splat in my face, and it just smells like buttered popcorn, but to other animals it smells like I am a tiger. So that's the first tiger on the tour path. The tour lasts about 2 hours. So we go through the rest of the tour, and I have the lions growling at me, this, and in the back of my head, I'm like, should I end the tour? Because this is probably animal abuse at this point, and we finished the tour, and I was a tour guide assistant on that one, so I kind of backed off and let the other person talk. And I always remember, like, afterwards they gave me a sticker that said I got sprayed. And I was like, oh, this is a thing over here.
That's hilarious. Listen, he said buttered popcorn.
Yeah. That's what it smells like.
All right, I got to ask the question. I didn't know nothing about a tiger spray, and elaborate a little bit without going too far.
I mean, it's just pheromones.
What did it taste like? That's what
where's this spray coming from? Is he like,
yeah.
Oh, I mean, like, he was so good at doing it too. Like, he would come up and like put his tail up.
Piss.
Okay.
It's like
right?
It's not exactly piss, no.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh.
So
tell us what it really is, Shaz. Great.
I'll give you the ingredient list later.
Which?
Most of the time, whenever like a tiger sprays something, it's just to mark their territory, letting you know, like, hey, I'm in the area.
Yeah.
Like, this area is occupied. But he would make a game out of it. Like, he would run up to the fence and put his tail up and pretend like he was doing it just to make you run away.
That's hilarious.
And then he would go back and sleep. And I was like, what a douche. But like, that just goes back to show, like, these animals have such unique personalities.
Oh, yeah.
And that they are not, they're not meant to be in captivity at all. But at the same time, they're intelligent enough to have an interaction with you in whatever way they see fit. And that was pretty cool. Like, there were times where there's a video of him sleeping next to the fence. And we would walk around the entire fence area a couple times, and I would sit down next to him. He would fall asleep, and if I moved, he would get up and kind of snarl at me and say, sit back down, or at least that's my interpretation of it. And with other people, he had a much different relationship, and they're just so intelligent cognitively that they can associate certain things with you. So if they hear the food truck coming, they know it's time to feed. Those are instinctual type things, but running up to the fence, putting his tail up on people he didn't like to make them run away, that's not instinctual. That's just like he's intelligent enough to know what's going on.
Yeah, that's personality.
Yeah, absolutely.